Levi Stadium in Santa Clara, California. It's week 3 of the NFL on EA Sports.
As of this morning, summer officially over. It's time for autumn football, and we're underway on EA Sports. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. They will be led out by the 6-foot lefty from Alabama. It's Tua Tagovailoa.
Well, his ratio was good last week. Most quarterbacks are really excited about a 3-to-1 ratio, but it's flipped in the wrong direction. He threw 3 interceptions, not touchdown passes, and he only had the 1 TD pass in that game. So he's trying to turn that around and find a way for his team to win.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua. Now the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. Javon Hargrave, the D tackle, getting the sack. Well, if they have any thoughts of coming in here and getting this road victory, that's not the way to start it out on the first play of the game. Yeah, one thing you always say when you go on the road, take the crowd out of the game. They actually brought the crowd into it by permitting that sack right out of the gate. The start less than ideal as they already face a 2nd and long. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
So here are the 49ers and their offense in great field position already. And trotting out there leading them is their 4th-year quarterback.
If you ask coaches at any level, design their ideal leader of a team, I think they're going to check every box with this guy. He's got the poise to handle responsibility. He stays calm under any kind of pressure, and he brings out the best of his teammates each and every week.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. Able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37. You look at this Colt defense. They currently sit at number 4 in the NFL in terms of stopping the run.
Most of their challenges have come in the passing game because against the run, they've been pretty darn good. Now you've got to figure out a way to slow down those receivers before they get downfield and maybe make a few more plays on the ball when it's in the air.
And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. So the completion good for just 3. And that'll bring up 4th down. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On 4th down, Kyle Shanahan will send out the field goal unit. on the left hash. Officially, it's called a 51-yard attempt. And this won't get there. Won't be on line either. It's no good. Off to the right, and this will remain a scoreless game. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. And they've got to be breathing a little bit of a sigh of relief. The first time you throw the football winds up being picked, but fortunately for them, it does not lead to points.
Well, that tells you about team football, doesn't it? Everybody gets together. What's that term they use? Complementary football? Okay, he threw the pick. The defense got together and said, hey, let's shut them down. Let's not turn it into points. They did exactly that. Now he gets a fresh start, a clean slate.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. This defense for the Niners, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves them with 3rd and about 6 yards to go.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Here's 3rd and 6. Tua sets up to pass it. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Colts first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5. The Colts at 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
That's caught. It's Josh Downs. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 25-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Colts are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their 2nd drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. After 7-0 on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a third down coming up. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First catch of the game there for Samuel, and it results in a first down. Now Purdy. And this is going to be incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Purdy's throw complete here to Ayuk. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 40. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And maybe the wrong read there, as he's going to go down immediately. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Throwing here, Purdy. Over the middle, that's complete to McCaffrey. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Purdy now to throw. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the Colts pick it up. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
Here's 2nd and 3. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. He's got his man. That's Everett, the tight end. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Give him 30 yards there.
When teams practice their plays during the week, they're hoping that it's going to pay off on game day. So it sure has to feel good for them when they hit them during a game, and they hit that one there for big yardage.
They'll run here with Taylor. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jonathan Taylor with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Colts go up by 2 touchdowns. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the 2nd time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack, and you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line, and he's able to take it into the end zone.
And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Purdy looking to throw. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he's going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. A big third down play there for the Niners. 46 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
Tackle made there by the safety, Derwin James.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Purdy's throw pulled in by Kittle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw, Purdy. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and that'll bring up 2nd down. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Once more, Purdy looking to throw. Touchdown! Brandon Ayuk, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Niners get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. And a lot of football, full half to be played. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. Yeah, this is going to put him back with a not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. 2nd down and 3. On play action, here's Tua. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. It's Jair Brown who's got it, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
So first thing that crossed my mind is, why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely, and from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Now a timeout called with 3 seconds to go. And, of course, they're in field goal range in the final seconds of this first half. And his kick is indeed good, and that will do it for this first half. No break needed. Let's get back to it. Week 3, here we go with quarter 3. The 49ers going to have the football and trailing on the scoreboard as we get back underway on EA Sports. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
And they'll run it here. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
And they'll try to run the option here.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a third down.
Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
And he put enough leg into it, but it's well off to the right and no good. And this will remain a 5-point game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Second down and 8.
Here's Tua.
He'll drop this down to Taylor.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10.
On the counter, it's Taylor.
And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Tagovailoa to throw on second down here. Throw right side is into the hands of his tight end Everett. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 21. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Now Tua. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Taylor.
And the Colts are going to have a first and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. First and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
43 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
As long as you've been the air attack that's gotten them down here, but now is where you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on first and goal.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Taylor, and he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
So a decision to make there. They decline the penalty as they'd rather force the 4th down.
Gay's kick is good, and that'll push the lead up to 8. But from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And San Francisco gets set to go here.
And remember, despite giving up the field goal, this is still a 1-score game. They're in need of the touchdown and a 2-point conversion. A field goal on this drive likely doesn't do them much good.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Bryce Hall. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
First and 10, Taylor now.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Play action. Now it's Tua. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
On 3rd down, here's Taylor.
And they stop him short of the 1st, as he can only get to the 20. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down.
But forget knowing where the 1st down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front. And a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
And Gay knocks this one through, and that will extend their lead even further.
So that CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time. Likely, that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
San Francisco's offense returns to the field. A tougher task for them now. That turnover on their last possession led to the field goal, meaning that they have to now try to erase a 2-score deficit here in the 4th. Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line. 1st and 10
at their own 25-yard line.
And they'll begin by running the option.
And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
Hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback.
He'll get this underneath to McCaffrey.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. So the completion good for 7 there. And that will bring up 2nd down. Looking to throw. Wallace over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. Touchdown, 49ers.
Elijah Moore.
52 yards. And the 49ers have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. McCaffrey, he'll try to run it in, but he will not get in here. He stopped up short of the goal line, and this will remain a 5-point game.
Well, they couldn't be happy that they were having to stop a 2-point conversion because that means they gave up a touchdown. But a little solace there. You saw some good gang tackling, stacking him up before he get to the end zone.
We talk about offensive units putting in more 2-point period sessions in practice. Defensively, do you do the same?
Absolutely. You have to, because you never know how aggressive these offenses are going to be in games nowadays.
The Colts set to take over here offensively. And with that last touchdown, I mean, we're set up for a good finish here. Some things to consider, Charles. Obviously, it's a very close game. Here in the fourth quarter, defensively, they've got all 3 timeouts in their back pocket.
So the chess match really ramps up, doesn't it? Because in these situations, what do? Do you run the ball and kill the clock here? Or do you try and bury them with another score? And how about defensively? Do you use your timeouts at earliest opportunity? Or wait till you hit the 2-minute warning? So there's a lot going into this one. Let's see how each side goes about their strategy.
Tua wants to throw it on second down. Escaping the pressure right. To the right side, complete to Taylor. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. He was out there waving his arms. When you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Third down turns to first with that 5-yard pickup.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Back to Taylor on first down. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line.
Now a 2nd and 6.
They run once more with Taylor. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Taylor. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1.
Now a handoff. Taylor with it. And he is going to have a Colts first down. And that should be the one that finishes this game off.
And they will take a knee here. The Colts in victory formation now as they take the knee. Down to a knee goes Tua, and that should just about do it. So with that knee, 3 weeks in the books, and they creep above 500 now at 2-1.
You know, I played with a guy once after taking a knee at the end of the game, and he came in and grabbed the equipment manager and said, make sure you watch that spot, you know, special, because I just took a knee for a win. That tells you how much guys enjoy that, because getting a win, no one takes it for granted.
And this one is right through, and that'll push the lead up to 8. So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
And a mistake, a surprising mistake there in the kicking game as he sends that one out of bounds.
So now the possession will begin at the 35 after the errant kickoff.
Well, that's certainly one way to avoid a dangerous kick returner, I suppose, but you are giving up extra yardage, that's for sure. Because if you put it out of the end zone, they start at the 25. So at a minimum, you're giving up 10 yards to the offense.
He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over.
And a fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So for Indianapolis, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Niners, they too will exit with a 2-1 record. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Santa Clara.
Tonight, from Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis,
here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. They will be led out by the 6-foot lefty from Alabama. It's Tua Tagovailoa.
And I think it's safe to say that, and I heard him say it in the post-game press conference, that was a team win last week because he didn't really play up to his normal standards, throwing 2 interceptions.
No touchdown.
Yeah, didn't offset it at all, but the team found a way to get it done.
Setting to throw on first down is Tua. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Tua now on first down. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. The Colts had 2-1 now to start the campaign, and they move back above 500 with a victory last week.
And you look at their start, a win, a loss, then a win. This might be something we see from them a lot this year because when they're at their best, they can play with anybody. But bringing their best every week, that's been a challenge thus far.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So give him the yardage on the completion and also tack on 15 more.
If you get that hand up there, you've got to let go immediately or just not close the hand at all. He didn't, gave it a tug, and that was easy for the officials to see.
And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. Second down from the 8. They can get a first down by reaching the 5. Flushed out right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Play action's supposed to be used to slow down pressure, slow down blitzes. In this case, though, if it takes a little too long to develop, you got people right in your face.
And lucky just to get rid of the ball with the arm going forward. Could have been a fumble. Yeah, this won't be enough. Stopped a yard short after a gain of 3. Fourth down. This offense converted once already in this first quarter. They're going to try it again here on fourth down. Look at this, a tight end carry. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for first and goal. They'll look to run with Taylor. And he takes it in for a Colts score. Jonathan Taylor, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Colts put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Hooker on first down. His throw incomplete. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time. And it's second down.
You look at this Colt defense.
Against the pass, they're toward the middle of the league, number 15 in the NFL.
So I'm prepping for this game. I kept asking myself the question, what's keeping this group from being top 10 in the league against the pass?
And
too many mistakes, especially little mistakes. And when those add up into big mistakes add up into points against you.
all that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Third down, Hooker looks to throw it.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. Third down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out, but his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
Hooker's throw complete there to Beckham.
And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45.
Well, this defense for the Colts, they were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Now Hooker.
Forced out to his left, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. And now that brings up fourth down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack.
Well, we've seen how this quarterback can beat you with his legs. Saw it earlier on this drive, as a matter of fact. But that time, they had him covered.
They really gave him no place to escape because oftentimes they're able to find a crack, a sliver, anything that can get them upfield. On that occasion, nothing open at all, and they swarmed him.
Here's Ethan Evans now.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Second and 21. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
And this drive was almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Von Bell. And he will bring it back to about the 11-yard line.
And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Here's a 2nd and 5. They go play action. Here's Hooker.
And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3. But now it's third down.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Hooker now off play action.
Touchdown, Jaguars.
Adam Prentice, his first touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars are an extra point away from evening this one up. The extra point by Sly is up and good, and we are tied at 7.
So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it culminates in a Jags touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
And the Colts getting ready to go.
They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
Sliding out of the pocket. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete.
Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Looking to pass. Tua. That is caught, and they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A gain of 19 and picking up the 1st.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
Excellent job pushing through tacklers that time to pick up 6. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
2nd down, another run with Taylor. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. They'll try and run for the 1st with Taylor.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Well, it wasn't a goal line situation, but how about the goal line formation on 3rd and short? They went in, went heavy. No surprise on who was going to get the football. How about the power exhibited there?
Yeah, that was just put a hat on a hat, drive forward. Nice job to pick it up. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes that's a danger of putting that jumbo set out there. You just get a lot of bodies massed in one location. You could wind up with 18, 20, maybe even all 22 in the box, and there's nowhere to run the football.
On 2nd down, Tua lets one go downfield for Pierce. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. And that penalty will move the ball to the 1 yard line.
So difficult to cover a fade route, and you're talking about into the end zone, and sometimes you panic a little as a defender, and the offensive guys are really smart. Sometimes they jump back into you and create the contact.
And he's able to get it down to the 2 yard line.
Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2 yard line. Tua going to run the sneak.
And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1 yard line.
Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring
second down, and they try to run the sneak. Give credit to the defense. They pushed them back and set up 3rd down.
Third and goal from the 2, and they're going with a jumbo set offensively. They hand off to their big tight end. And he will fight
his way into the end zone for a touchdown.
His second rushing touchdown on the year and third overall.
And the Colts have taken the lead.
Shane Steichen, aggressive as a play caller. He's going to go for 2 here.
They'll try and run it here. And he'll get into the end zone. That gives his guys an 8-point lead. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
Jacksonville set to go again offensively. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line.
A few things better than a big man interception. You can always tell right when they get the football, there's that level of excitement and nervousness and also like, what the heck do I do with this thing?
And you say, no better sight? Well, not for the quarterback to just throw it. It's bad enough to throw a pick, but to throw one to the big guy? But you're right about that. Now what do I do with it? But what's fun about it is you know they're going to be in the film room after this ball game telling all their teammates, maybe I should shift over to offense. I've got skills. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely. I always find myself cheering for them after they intercept it. Unfortunately here, he couldn't make it into the end zone.
From the gun, it's Tua, eluding the pressure right. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Matt Gay now gets ready for the field goal try. From the right hash, this from 33. Gay's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. And the Jags going to go on offense now late in this first half. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
Throw out wide is incomplete.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle.
And they will get to him behind the line, but they're out of timeouts, remember, and the clock continues to wind down. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Ethan Evans on now to punt.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. 19 seconds showing to play in the half as they come up here 1st and 10. Tagovailoa working out of the gun.
Lets one go downfield for Pierce.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness.
Picked off by Andre Sisco. Down the sideline he goes. Inside the 20.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. You think you're going into halftime with a good-sized lead? Not so fast. That pick six really changes the complexion, probably also changes the halftime speech.
No doubt about it. Instead of going in relaxed, you're probably a little more uptight right now, probably a little bit angry. Let's see if they can get their focus back.
So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Tua, the final shot before half.
Lets one go downfield for Pierce. And that's going to be incomplete.
So we hit halftime here in Indianapolis with the Colts on top. As we send you down to Orlando.
And we'll jump right over halftime and keep the game going here in Week 4. Second half kickoff ready to go.
The Jaguars with work to do. They trail here as we are back underway on EA Sports.
And we will not see a return to start the half as this will be a touchback. The Jaguars ready to get going to start quarter number 3. Well, Charles, in that first half we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
To throw on second down, here's Hooker.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up third down.
Well, remember, he had the interception earlier. Now he adds the sack. He's really making his presence felt out there.
Well, he is putting together a heck of a game. In fact, he's going to bump these plays to his highlight reel. Okay, so when he wants to show it off later on, look what I did out there, guys. And this offense, they've got to start paying him a little special attention. He's like a good basketball player, putting stats in every column.
Hooker to throw on 1st and 10.
He finds his target, Beckham.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Looking to throw, Hooker.
And his throw is incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Throwing, Hooker.
And this is Gabriel on the catch.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Hooker to the air yet again.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
He's going to miss this one wide to the left from distance. It's no good, and that will keep this a 4-point game.
I don't care who you are. 60 yards is a very ambitious attempt. Hard to make even in practice in the best of conditions. And now, worst of all, you give the other guys the ball to start their drive at midfield.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. 16 yards to pick up there. The Colts have a first down.
It is fun to watch the big man work the middle of the field. How about that post route there? Did an excellent job of getting his head around to look the football in and gain significant yardage.
Tua now on first down. Flush to his right. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Barton, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
Off of play action. Tagovailoa steps away to his left. Out left, he's got it to Everett. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Now a give to Taylor. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down. 42 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on 3rd down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right. They need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped.
Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off by Tyson Campbell.
And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really, it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
Down to about the 45.
I have to think a major focus at the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Jaguars.
Travis Etienne.
His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Jags have taken the lead here in this 3rd quarter. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that gives him a 3-point lead. So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And the long run into the end zone, and what a run it was.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that
to a hit, and the ball is out? So a tug on the face mask, and that's going to cost him 15 yards.
And sometimes it'll go unnoticed, but that one, pretty obvious for everyone to see.
On the handoff, this is Taylor. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
From midfield, here's Tua, escaping the pressure right. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on the flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these 2 teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. And now they're in the hurry-up. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Well, no one likes to see that drop, but I'll guarantee it's not going to stop his quarterback from going back to him anytime he has open space.
On second down, it's Taylor. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
The Colts on 3rd down, 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. And we essentially have a brand-new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest to this 4th quarter. First down throw here. It's Hooker. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. He was really focused downfield, but there was really no viable options. The coverage was too good.
And the defense really quickened the tempo of that play with their pass rush because there was nowhere for him to go with the football. The only place he ended up, down on the ground.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On 3rd down, here's Etienne. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And they will get to this one and down it at the 13-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15.
You know, it's not just... athleticism from defensive linemen. Let's give them a little credit for their football intelligence as well. Read and react by them, understood the play call, and stacked it up and stuffed the run.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Flushed out right. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing the throw. Now they got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the 1st down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
And he's able to pick up the 1st down here before he goes down at the 26. And the offense moving quickly to the line. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run. It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they search for a score to break this tie. Throwing Tua on the handoff, Taylor. And he'll be tackled at about the 35.
Short gain last 2 plays. Who do you think's excited about that?
Absolutely, this defense, they're saying go right ahead with those. Here's Tua running straight ahead, Taylor. And this is going to be a Colts first down as he'll get this up to about the 42. Clock running here, under 90 seconds to go. Tua. Now Taylor. Here comes second down at 5. Now Tua. The give to Taylor. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Now Tua. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Colts first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. Here's Tua. Rolling to his right. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Here's a 2nd and 7. They run with Taylor. What a way to wrap up the week. Now a big play. It's 3rd down. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. So it all rests now on the right foot of the kicker, Matt Gay. This to almost certainly win the football game. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. He hasn't missed a kick all year. Why would he start now?
That's a great question, isn't it? Well, maybe because that was the most nerve-wracking kick he had to attempt all year, but he knocked it through just like it was an easy chip shot.
This fielded right at the goal line. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. A fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So for the Colts, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Colts are winners as we say so long from Indianapolis.
today. From Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, it's Week 5 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Indianapolis Colts taking on the Houston Texans.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today we've got a Week 5 matchup in store here, as it'll be the Houston Texans taking on the Indianapolis Colts. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. They will be led out by the 6-foot lefty from Alabama. It's Tua Tagovailoa.
And I like his honesty, because when we sat down with him, I mean, he was the first one to say that was On me last week, a really poor performance. Way too many interceptions. Didn't find the end zone throwing the ball. Put his defense and his special teams in some real jeopardy. But somehow they won the game.
They won.
Yeah, what I loved about is when he told us about the defense, kind of corralled him in the locker room and said, all right, my man, we're not going to do that again this week, are we?
The numbers for him from a week ago: 24 carries, 82 yards, and a touchdown.
And he's hoping to have the same type of game, but he's going up against the #1 defense in the league, and they're very good at fitting the run. So now you've got to think offensive strategy, maybe a little more play action, and try and find some people open downfield.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. On play action, here's Tua. That's caught. It's Josh Downs. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Play action. Now it's Tua. Out to his left. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. Tua going to throw.
He'll dump this off to Taylor, complete.
And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. A 5-yard pass on the heels of a 5-yard run. Good enough for the first.
The Colts at 3-1 here through their first 4 games. And they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
He was looking to get it to Jonathan Taylor there.
And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Hey, look at the defense for these Texans.
They were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key.
On 3rd down, here's Taylor.
And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No first down. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now.
You know, we might start getting some props here in the booth. You know, that one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it? How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that first down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively for that jumbo sack. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. A carry here for the big tight end.
Oh, he's going to be stopped up right at that unofficial yellow line, but I do believe he got the 2 yards. Yes, confirmed by the referee. It's a first down. They give to Taylor out of the gun.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
This 2nd and 4.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
From the gun, it's Taylor.
And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. No signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down. They're going to run this with a tight end. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration.
Well, that's what's called being aggressive right there. But I don't know that it's reckless. I think it's much more of a message, hey, defense, I believe in you in case we don't get it. And offense, trying to let them know he believes in them as well.
I like it. Your first drive of the game in plus territory. Be aggressive.
1st and 10, Taylor now.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Now 2nd and 5. Snap will come from the 6. They run once more with Taylor.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Jonathan Taylor with career touchdown number 75. And the Colts get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. First quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
I tell you what, when he's on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete. Nico Collins, the intended receiver.
But it's going to be 2nd down.
You look at this Colt defense.
And this unit, very tough to throw against, currently 2nd best in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
2nd and 10, here's Stroud.
Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. "6-0 our score after 1. Texans football to start quarter 2 as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Pierce will try to pick it up.
And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1. An ideal start defensively. They already have the touchdown. Now they get the stop.
Just like they drew it up on the chalkboard. Does that sound dated? Right? Am I out of touch a little bit?
It's all right.
All right, grease board, heck, computer, exactly what you want, though. Score on your first drive, stop them on the first drive defensively.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Now Jonathan Taylor and the Colts offense retake center stage.
Yeoman's effort on that last drive. 7 carries, got the touchdown as well. And the O-line probably got a little extra oxygen on the sideline in between.
And deservedly so, because they were also calling for him to continue to get the ball, because there's a rhythm that gets established, right? When you're running it well and the back's getting the ball and he's in sync and reading blocks, and the offensive line wants to continue to pound away. Haven't been an offensive lineman yet that likes to pass block more than he likes to run block. And that last drive, we saw the end result, didn't we?
Yep, and all were rewarded with a trip to pay dirt. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. And a dangerous throw there as that's